Smallman. Courtney Cronin in for Canty today. Evan Cohen with you. Coming off of Game 7s in the NBA playoffs. Congrats to Cleveland and Detroit. They advance. Cleveland beats Toronto at home yesterday. Jared Allen, 22 points, 19 boards. Was nasty in that game. Two nice guys didn't finish last. Jared Allen and Tobias Harris, who led Detroit. I know Cade had more points. Cade, number one pick overall, best player in the team, all-NBA kind of player. You expect him to show up big in a Game 7, and he did. But what we saw from Tobias Harris with 19 points, 30 points in this game, 19 in the first half. You see now Cleveland and Detroit playing against each other in the next round, and I'm of the belief personally that you look at it and say, all right, first round, ignore it. Cleveland and Detroit back to what you thought they would be. They kind of were revived in this series now with these wins and going into the next round. But the juicy one now is Philadelphia's upset over Boston, which we've been talking about. If you missed any of the first hour of the show, go back on the podcast and listen. Courtney Cronin had a lot to say about Jason Tatum and why he didn't play on Saturday night, as well as the Jalen Brown live stream, basically complaining about everything. Referees out to get him, et cetera, et cetera. But now the second round is set. We've got the Knicks and the Sixers. And Philadelphia has been known forever as one of the best sports towns in America. Right? We're all in agreement on that?
No question.
Joel Embiid, Saturday night after the game, had to beg his fans to show up the next round.
Last time we played the Knicks, it felt like this was Madison Square Garden East. So we're gonna need the support. Don't sell your tickets. This is bigger than you. We need you guys. The atmosphere that we've had the last couple of games in Philly, especially the last one, pushing it to Game 7. We need all of it. We're gonna need them to be extremely loud. If you need money, I got you.
So he's willing to PayPal everybody. Good.
Now, if I show up to the game, but I still need a dishwasher, does Embiid got me?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
I will make the trek to Philly. I will be loud, Joel. I will be rowdy, whatever you need.
So you're putting it out
But you
there
got me financially, though.
For Joel Embiid right now. Michelle Smallman will go to Philly, go to the game, but he has to buy you a dishwasher.
Correct.
That's the trade.
Correct.
I did one of the compliance
I'll rile up
trainings
the
this
crowd.
weekend. I don't know that we're allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
But you know what? Why not? We'll see what happens.
Is it not show content?
Yeah, I don't know. If it's under $500, I think there's a way that you can do this. I think it's like the legalities around it. Anyway, so we would like Joel Embiid to buy Michelle a dishwasher under $500. But here's what I would like.
I'll be there with bells on.
This is a message to the great Ben Stiller, to Timothy Chalamet, Spike Lee, Jerry Ferrara, Action Bronson, any of the Knicks fans that show up every single game, please go to Philly and show up front row. Now, I just want I'm not a Knicks fan. I just want the Knicks fan to take over Philadelphia.
You want it to be on the street east again, like Embiid said?
Well, the directions are wrong. He got the directions wrong on that.
I know.
But
It's
like,
regurgitating.
this is Philly. You have to ask your fans to show up to the playoffs? What?
And they took it a step further, so I don't know which ticket outlet this was, but there's an error code that you get. It says locals only. Xfinity Mobile Arena is located in Philly. Sales to this event will be restricted to the residents of Greater Philadelphia area. Residency will be based on credit card billing address. Orders by residents outside the Greater Philly area will be canceled without notice and refunds given. How is that real? How is that real that they are starting to, I know the NFL teams can do some of this for playoff games, but there is an allotment that has to be given to the other team's fan base in order to allow them to come to the game. Are the 76ers that worried about the Knicks that the first thing they're focusing on is making sure that they have more fans in their home arena than anything else? Because that's soft. For a team that's built on toughness, for a city that's built on toughness, for teams that thrive off that, teams that thrive off trash talking the opponent, all of it. You're worried about who's going to show up in your building? I don't have anything wrong, really, with what Embiid said. Because he was right. Like, when they played the Knicks in the 23-24 series and they lost in 6, that place did feel like it was Madison Square Garden east, south, however geographically it should be described. But this is like nobody expected the 76ers to be here, probably even some of their own fans. So I think it's a message, a very rightful message from the star player of this team to make before the series starts. Hey, show up, show out, be loud, be proud, travel as well to Madison Square Garden as their fans are going to travel to our arena.
Yeah, it was just a stunning take, I thought, post game.
I
was
have no
surprised
issue
by
with
that.
it. I don't. I think he's feeling himself in the moment. Oh my God, we just did it. I came back. I stayed healthy. I'm recovering from this appendectomy.
Oh, but it's not a basketball take, Courtney. It's a fan take. You know what I'm saying?
I think he is fully aware of how insane those fans are and what a home court advantage it actually is.
Sure.
When that place is packed and they are Philly rowdy. And he knows that Knicks fans are on one right now because they got to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. He's going back to the last time the two teams matched up, and he remembered how people came in from New York and infiltrated their building. He knows they're even hungrier and even more anticipatory for a championship with the way that they won in the first round, and that it's a short drive for them to get there. And he's doing everything he can to make sure that Philly is fired up for this series. I actually thought it was a smart move by him, not a weak one.
See, that I like it. I'm with Michelle on that because Joel's speaking for the masses here. No one expected Philly to be able to close this thing out in 7.
Right.
And the fact that they did, it's like, all right, let's recalibrate everybody. We need you to be the fans that you have been and the ones that can sway a series, especially when these are home games. I didn't think it was desperate. I didn't think anything of that. I mean, him saying that he's got, I've got money for you. Maybe he'll just buy a whole section. I don't know where. See, if I'm him, I'm not doing that at home. I'm saving my money because I know it's going to cost more to do that at Madison Square Garden, and that's where you would like your home crowd to show up. If I'm him, that's where I'm spending that cash. But I liked it. I like that he's just like the rest of us being like, oh no, the fans do need to be there because the fans absolutely play a role in a playoff series.
So a couple months ago, I went to Philly for a weekend trip, and I ended up going to Sixers Nets on a Saturday afternoon.
Hottest ticket in town.
Every single player for Philly outside of VJ Edgecombe was out. No Embiid, no Maxey, no PG, only VJ Edgecombe, and it was versus the Brooklyn Nets. Not exactly high-quality competition at that point in the season either. And the place was packed. The arena was packed. So I don't have any doubt that they're going to show up and that they're going to be loud. And I would think that Embiid knows that if he can rile them up and get them a little more. Think about the pride that people from Philly take in their sports teams.
This is not a knock on Embiid. But
I'm just saying, to even question it a little or stoke those flames a little, he knows he can incite them to be as loud and obnoxious and as furious as they can be.
I just didn't know the fans needed that. Like, Jalen Brunson wouldn't have to do that. Jalen Brunson is not worried about Knicks fans. They show up. Like, I have my beef with Knicks fans. They hate me because of OG Anunoby comments I've made. I think he's the best player in the team, whatever it is. But in terms of the fans, they're great fans. They don't have to worry. Jalen Brunson doesn't have to be, hey, I know it's a short drive or train ride from Philly. Please show up to the Garden. Knicks fans are going to be unbelievable in this series. You don't hear, even like all around, Wolves fans aren't saying anything. Spurs fans, like, no one's calling for their own fans to show up to the games. I just found that the need for this unbelievable. And I am very into this series because I think the New York Knicks personally were built to beat the Boston Celtics. I think you go out there and you give up an arm and a leg to get OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Why? To guard Tatum and Brown. Mm-hmm. I think the Knicks have a team, believe it or not, as bad as Brunson and Devil Wear Prada's to Karl Anthony Towns are on defense. They have a defensive lineup that can lock you down. What I would hope for if I'm Nuno, if I'm any Knicks fan, get a lead, and then give me Alvarado, Hart, Bridges, OG, and Mitch to close out the game. Mitchell Robinson. Like, let me get my grimy defensive lineup, because otherwise, if you can't build that lead, who is Jalen Brunson going to guard? Can Karl Anthony Towns guard Joel Embiid? If Joel Embiid is playing closer to the basket? Courtney, from an X's and O's perspective, this matchup is fascinating because the Knicks are built to beat the team that they are not going to play, not the team they are playing.
Correct, because Boston's smaller up front. We've known that all along. New York had their number last year. Derek White's been all over the place for a calendar year. This was the team that they wanted. The team that they got now, I would like to believe that they'll have a better defensive strategy in the front court for how to limit Joel Embiid at least the one that was better than what we saw in Game 7 from the Celtics. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I think,
low-hanging fruit, but I had to go.
No, this is gonna be a fun series. This is gonna be nasty. The fans are gonna get at. We have fans back in Bristol right now in Vegas East. Pat and Cam, huge Philly fans. Nuno, huge New York Knicks fan. They're already fighting with each other. Nuno has his own take that Cam and Pat are saying he made up, which is what, Nuno? What's your fake
Hold
take?
on. Did I make it up? Did we not have Tim Bontemps on the show on Friday? And what did he say about if the 76ers win against
Clear path
to the finals?
Yep.
He literally said that. Like, so I'm not making something up.
So he's saying no, but you're saying the Knicks are the underdogs.
Well, no, I'm being kind of facetious, but that's where we're headed, right?
So are they the underdogs or not?
We're headed to people being like, oh, what was it like? I think Kenny Smith yesterday said that with Embiid on the court that they have a starting lineup better than 85% of the league. Like we're headed.
They do have a really good starting lineup with Embiid on the court.
We're headed to a point where I think, and I haven't seen them yet, the predictions for like the experts, that a lot of people are going to pick these 76ers to win this series.
Nuno, who's the
Most people are
favorite
picking
tonight?
Knicks in 7.
Who's the favorite tonight, Nuno?
The Knicks are favored.
Okay.
By 7.5.
Classic underdog
Also,
story.
speaking of tonight.
No.
Real quick. Speaking of tonight, 8 o'clock start on the East Coast. What are we doing?
Ridiculous.
Well,
And guess who's gonna be
there's
there?
only one person on the show who's going to be in attendance tonight. Sleepy Floyd over here.
Oh my God.
And guess what I'm doing before the Knicks game?
She's going to the Met. I'm shocked.
You're going to the Met
She's going to the
Gala
Met Gala.
I wish. I'm going to the Yankee game first.
You're kidding.
Wow.
I slept 0 minutes last night.
Nobody could tell.
0 minutes, and I have a doubleheader. Huge sports day for me.
Can't wait for tomorrow. Here's what Nuno's doing.
locked in.
He is building the narrative so that it's not a huge backbreaking upset when the Sixers beat the Knicks. He'll be like, everyone said it was going to happen. We were the underdogs all along. Tim Bontemps, one person, said that the Sixers were going to win. So now Nuno takes that to mean like everyone is saying that. He's just getting ahead of this.
Is this Nuno?
When the
showing us he's
Sixers
nervous?
actually upset the Knicks, he'll be like, oh, this is what's supposed to happen. Which
Nuno, are you telling
which is
on
what
yourself?
Boston is doing right now.
No, listen, Smalls. I expect this to be a tough, long series.
Okay.
And so, obviously, as long as Embiid stays away from Mitchell Robinson's ankle and doesn't hurt him again like he did 2 years ago.
Now you're projecting
there we go.
injuries?
Listen, we might have to beg our fans to go to the games. By the way, the Yankees did that last year. The Pistons did that last year. The Seahawks did that the year they won the championship. This is not a new thing. Teams do this all the time. But at least we believe in our team, unlike Nuno, who thinks they're going to lose.
Pat, what was your comments about the 76ers?
No, don't ask Pat about the Sixers.
Exist. He
Pat's
already
not
gave
a
up on
Sixers
them.
fan. Don't ask.
I'll believe it when they make the conference finals.
Which Nuno thinks they will.
He's got the plane ready to go. He said it Friday.
Go Flyers, right?
You know what, though? Here's what we do know. Joel Embiid, PayPal, Michelle Smallman, the money to show up to the game for a dishwasher.
Joel, let's connect on PayPal because they're proud to be the official peer.